Number 1, how much simple interest will James pay on his car loan if he finances $4,000 at a 4% simple interest rate for 5 years? So we have principal, rate, and time make up the formula for simple interest. Interest equals principal, rate, times time. Now our principal is $4,000. That's how much James is borrowing. So $4,000. Our rate is 4%. Now, it's much easier if we put it down as 0.04. So change the rate, the percentage, into a decimal. If you don't do this, you'll end up with the wrong answer. And then the time is 5 years. So the time is in years, and it's 5. So those are the 3 numbers I will be working with. So I need to multiply these 3 numbers together. Now, it doesn't matter the order that you do that. And if you want to, you can stack them. I prefer not to. I'll just do this. I'm going to multiply these 2 numbers together. Excuse me a second. Let me use a different color then. So I'm going to do 5 times 4. Well, that 5 times 4 is 20. And then I'm going to add these 3 zeros. So it's 20,000. Okay, now I have 20,000 times 0.04. If you like to, you can stack it up like this, if you wish. I'm just going to do it sideways. All right, and I'm going to ignore the 0.0, and I'll say 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. Right, so that would be 80,000. But now I'm going to move the decimal over 2 spaces. 1, 2. So if I do that, 1, 2, there's my decimal right there. And so our answer is $800 is the interest. And again, if you multiply it this way, you'll have to move the decimal over 2 spaces when you're done, and you will end up with 800. Okay, number 2 has to do with the area of a trapezoid. And notice that the formula, B1 plus B2, there's 2 bases. All right, and then we need the height. And the height is the one that's perpendicular to the base there, or actually both bases. So these are the 3 numbers that we need. All right, now let's look down below. It says, find the area in square units of that trapezoid. So let's see, what are the 3 numbers we need again? We need the 2 bases, and then we need the height. Okay, well the 2 bases are 9 and 11, and the height is 6. So we'll just calculate from there. So we have 9 plus 11, that's 20, and then times 6. And if you like, you can go ahead and reduce from here. You could do 20 times 6 and then take half of it, or we can take half of 20 now. 2 goes in there once, 2 goes into 20, 10, and I have 10 times 6 for my answer. 10 times 6 is 60. And of course this would be some sort of square units, meter squared, inches squared, whatever. But that's our area, 60 square units. Number 3, find the volume of the rectangular solid shown below. And notice on this one I put down the height, the length, and the width. And it looks like the formula, volume is length times width times height. So all we have to do is multiply all 3 numbers. Number 4, find the approximate volume of the cylinder. If you remember, pi, we'll just use, it's approximately 3, 3.1, 3.14, but we'll just say 3. Diameter is going all the way across the circle. Radius is from the center to the outside. Perimeter of the circle, circumference of the circle. Okay, let's take a look at the radius of the circle. 6 is not the radius of the circle. Remember, radius is halfway across. It's from the very center to the outside. That's the radius. So the radius in this case isn't 6, but it's 3. And that's where many students make mistakes. So what we want to do now is just plug in our numbers into our formula. So we said that pi, we're just going to use 3. And for radius, we said the radius is 3. So it's 3 squared, because it's r squared, radius squared. And the height is, how tall it is, 10. So now we need to multiply. Now see, what are we going to do first? Do we do 3 times 3 or do we do 3 squared? See, many students, some students rather, will multiply first. But that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to do exponents first. So basically what we have here is 3 times 3 squared. 3 squared is 9 times 10. Okay, so do the exponents first. And 3 times 9, well, that's 27. So we have 27 times 10. And of course, that is 270. Well, actually, it's approximately 270. And that should be cubes. All right, now I didn't put down the actual units, but it'd be inches cubed or centimeters cubed, whatever. So that's our volume, and this is the approximately, because again, we use 3 for pi and not 3.14.